Hello everyone, I'm Nick from nextstepnick.com and today we're going to talk about Fly, Punch, Boom. Now I've left the music in because I think the soundtrack's kind of cool. I mean, have a listen to that. Very cool, I thought. You pick from a selection of different sort of wacky, fun characters. This is very anime inspired, and then you do battle and fight in these larger than life battles that basically come down to rock, paper, scissors, to be honest. Counters beat punches, punches beat throws, throws beat counters, that kind of thing. But it's cool, it's kind of fun, and when it's in action it sounds great. Check this out. It is very swish, it makes you feel kind of awesome, and I understand what they're talking about when they say it kind of helps you to relive those really awesome fights that you saw as a kid on stuff like Dragon Ball Z. I really like that. I like the interaction with the environment as well, where you can punch characters into buildings, or you can punch them into blimps, or throw them out of the map, and that does extra damage or kills them. The only thing is that, you know, there's not a huge amount of skill based in this. It is basically rock, paper, scissors. There is a bit of skill to an extent, but I think the difficult thing is understanding who this is for, really. I mean, who exactly is going to play this? I don't know, because it's not skill-based enough to appeal to the fighting game crowd. And whilst it's kind of enjoyable and a little bit quirky, it gets boring fast. Because especially if you're fighting against NPCs. I mean, I'm fighting here against the computer. You have got online as well. But, I mean, you can see now the way the computer's just running rings around me. And it is very much a case of if they want to win, they just win. If you're playing against other people, I can see it being really fun, but at the same time, you know, after about 5 minutes, you've kind of seen everything. I mean, you've seen the size of the map here. The characters have different special moves, but they're kind of much of a muchness. And yeah, it's okay. It's a fun game to play for a bit of a laugh with friends, but I can't see it lasting for more than, say, I don't know, half an hour to an hour. It's cool though, I have enjoyed my time with it. I like all of the different aspects. The music is really, really strong. I'd like to see more variation in regard to the levels and maybe in regard to the music as well. I think that could really pull this forwards a bit, because when the game actual dynamic is quite basic, you know, you kind of really want the variation to be in the world itself and with the players and the characters. So there's a lot to keep you hooked. You know, one of the games I would really say does this well is if you look at something like One Finger Death Punch, which has a really basic premise but works on adding in items and different movesets and all different things that then makes it really fun and enjoyable. I mean, there are super moves in this that are kind of cool, but I think if you had a bit more variation, maybe levels where you're fighting against loads of enemies at once, or when you feel like a bit of a superhero, or stuff like that, just things to kind of keep you hooked. Maybe interesting map items that you can interact with. I mean, I know there's stuff like buildings and Zeppelins, like I said, but maybe a bit more, maybe sort of things you can pick up and throw at each other, or maybe swords and nunchucks. And, you know, I think that's the thing, is variation is key in a title like this, in that whilst it's very basic, the more you can feed into it with different items, the more you can have different variation on the maps, the more people are going to stay hooked with this. I mean, I'm not that great. I'm going to be honest, I'm not that great. I got absolutely destroyed. If you want to see how I got on in the end in the grand scheme of things, you know, yeah, I would say I held my own for a bit, and then yeah. Let's not talk about that. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in. Please don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and hopefully I'll catch you again very soon.